For this video clip, I am going to show you how to do a sum and average, so the total of a score and the average of the participants' scores. So what I have to do first is I have to create space for the total and the sum, total and the average. To do that, I need to insert a column here. I actually need to insert two columns. So click on the column at the very top to make sure everything is highlighted below. Do not click in the cell, but above, so the whole thing is highlighted. Right click and then put insert. And then do that again. So right click on it again and insert again. Now we have one column for resiliency scale total and one for resiliency scale average. To make sure that these are seen as total and average, not just part of the resiliency scale participant numbers, individual numbers, we're going to make it a little bit darker. So let's do that, just a couple of shades darker in the same color so we can still see that it belongs to the scale. So there are a couple of ways you can do the sum of a scale. When we are doing scales, when we ask our participants to fill in scales, what we're looking for to compare with others is the total number of their scales. So we have to add up all these scores for participant 1, all the scores for participant 2, and then we can look at the total scores. We can get the average of the total scores, so we can compare the average to another scale. If you want to see how things have changed. But to do the sum, what you want to do is you want to click in the very first cell where participant 1 answered question 1. And you want to hold the cursor down and drag this all the way across so you're highlighting all the answers, all the responses, and all the way into the column, the total column. So you have your highlight goes all the way through the total column. Then you can go up here to auto sum and just click auto sum. Click on that. Now we have the total scores of your participants. This little green thing just says that there are cells outside of the shaded area that have not been included, and that is correct. We don't want to include the number of the participant because that number 1 does not belong to their responses on the survey. So see those green things, just ignore those. Now to get the average, we want to do kind of the same thing again, but here we want to click equals average. And so double click on the average. Now we have to go back here, we have to highlight this, just participant 1. All their answers. They're highlighted, then click enter. So this person's average score was 5.88. Now you can see we don't have the rest of them, but what we can do is we can hover over that little square on the bottom, grab that, and then drag it down. This will now fill in the formula for all the other ones. And now you have the average for all the other participants. I'll do that again for you, just so you can see. I'm going to go back 2 so I can show you again just how to do that. So equals, and then start typing in average. When the blue shows up, double click on the average, and then highlight the first row, only the first row participants, not the total number, and then hit enter. Click on that cell, put the little crosshairs on the square box and drag it all the way down. And then you have the average for each participant's score. And that is it.